Well, good afternoon and happy Valentine's, everyone. Dylan again coming back to you. Thanks again for tuning in from Dimas Wine Shop and Tasting Room. We've got a great lineup, really kind of romantic kind of wines, so let's go ahead and go through this. Here's something that we used to carry a long time ago, but we haven't carried it in a while. This is the Gruet. This is a New Mexican. It's made out of Albuquerque. And it is a sparkling wine. It's done method champenois, which just means that the secondary fermentation takes place inside of the bottle in order to create some of those bubbles. Now it is also a rosé because even though it's 100% Pinot juice, when you go to press these wines, immediately the juice comes out clear because it's not in contact with any of the skins. Then what happens is about 2 or 3% of a still Pinot Noir is added to this to give it the rosé color. So here we go, method champenois, really tasty if you like those kind of, watermelony, kind of strawberry kind of flavors to it. Absolutely outstanding. And at that price point, it comes in sub 20. I think it even comes in sub 15. You're gonna see just how great of a wine that is at that price point. Then we go over to another pinky. Here we go with a Bordeaux. You don't see a lot of red Bordeaux's coming out, or I should say a lot of rosé Bordeaux's coming out. But here's one. It's called the Chateau de Sours. This is a 2013 Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Cab Franc is the blend. Okay, and like I said, it's a 2013, and in the fruit is in contact, or I should say the skins are in contact with the juice for just hours. I'm going to say like under 4 hours, which is how it gets that pink color. And it's got this real long mineral-y kind of finish to it, but I think the takeaway with this wine is that, it comes from Bordeaux, and that alone I think is worthy of trying, only because you don't see a lot of rosés coming out of the Bordeaux region. Let's go ahead and switch over to the Poseidon. The Poseidon, this is good old California. This is a tricycle wine. And the Poseidon, this is 3 cloves of Dijon. So these are the Dijon, when I say Dijon clones, they are clones of Pinot Noir that are native to the Dijon region. And it's done in 100% Hungarian oak, which once again, I think is a little bit more on the unique side, because oftentimes you see Pinot Noir that's aged in French oak, and that's oftentimes it's also fermented in French oak. But I think we've got a real nice different option to it. So if you like kind of like that spicy cola finish to it, I think this is a great option. Once again, at a really good price point. And we're going to go switch over to Italy over here, and we got a IGT wine. So IGT, in Italy, you've got, like in a lot of European countries, you've got classifications of wine that are based on how much control there is over these wines, and it's usually government control. IGT still has a little bit of control over it, but it is the least controlled of the regulated wines. It's the least controlled. And so we have here 100% Cabernet Sauvignon and a combination of French American oak, 100% Cabernet Sauvignon, like I said, and kind of a real dry, earthy flavor to it, which I like it. It's really kind of this sexy wine that I wanted to put in there, because I think it's different from what you get in this region. So there we go, the IGT wine. Let's go over to Lapis Luna Romanza. All right, this is a combination of Zinfandel, 85% Zin and 15% Sangiovese, and real floral, kind of peppery notes to it. It does see a good amount of a combination of French American oak, and once again, really, really well made. This fruit here is Lodi fruit, but they've got property all over the state. So here's a real good option. It's real floral. I should probably mention, I know that I said it's peppery and floral, but I think really the takeaway with this wine, as in all the Lapis Luna fruit that comes out of Lodi, is it tends to take on this real floral characteristic. So I think this is perfect. It smells like rose petals is actually what it reminds me of. Then we go off here to a non-vintage still wine. This is called El Pistolero, which really just means, I guess, gunslinger. And non-vintage, 80% Cabernet Sauvignon, 12% Cabernet Franc, 8% Merlot. It goes through a combination of 25% new American oak, and then the rest is all second, third, or fourth year or neutral French oak barrels. It's real berry-like and real cedary. So I really like the way I like the way it's made. I like the way it's blended. I think it's a really well-made wine. And when I say non-vintage, the fruit that was used here was all 2010 and 2011 fruit, if memory serves me right. But it's a well-made wine, and I think there's going to be a lot of fans of this wine on the tasting. So that's our lineup of 6 wines for the week of Valentine's. Once again, thank you again. We finished up our France in 5 weeks. We finished up that series last night, and we finished up with Bordeaux. I'm going to take a few weeks off of that, and then we're going to come back. We're going to do a cigar night. I don't know what the dates are yet, so if you're into cigar and or cigars and ports, that's going to be coming up here probably, hopefully within the next 30 to 60 days, and then we're also going to start up an Italian class, and then eventually we're going to do a Spanish class. So just keep your eyes out for those dates. And once again, thank you so much for your support on the classes. Thank you so much for your support on the tastings. I think we've been doing really well on them. I hope we've chosen good wines for you. And with that said, happy Valentine's, everyone. Cheers.